PCR Facade Access. So we've gotten to the point with our PCR videos where we're out in the field, but something came up on one recently and I thought, you know what, I think I have a better way to show what I'm trying to show. And it's kind of interesting. Well, I'm a nerd, this is all interesting to me, but when we're doing facade work, brick work, masonry work, vinyl siding, hardy plank, aluminum panels, whatever you have, we're doing facade work, we're doing a facade restoration. The question is not what are we going to do, but sometimes the biggest question is how are we going to do it? What's our means and methods? So let's just envision, if you will, a 10-story brick building, brick facade building, brick veneer, or brick cavity wall building. If we have nothing anywhere around that building, getting access, literally getting up to the brick, not an issue. It's always an issue, or a lot of times an issue in New York City and other urban areas because we've got a lot of stuff all around. We got an old church and a school and an office building and a residential building. So the means and methods of how are we actually going to get to that brick, and let's stay on brick because it's the simplest to understand, becomes a real question. Means and methods. So here's what I want to show you, just in real quick terms. Here is how we actually do the work. Facade access, access to that face or that facade. And please excuse my beautiful handiwork. I'm not an architect, I'm an engineer. But I try to keep it very simple with our stick figures. Our blue guy and our magenta person is the worker. I try to keep it very simple because purposely, the concept is simple, the application is difficult. So let's just talk concept, okay? So let's say I need to do work on this facade, this side of the building here. I might want to do this one as well, but for the moment, I need to get to that brick. I need to get up close and personal with it. Easiest way to do it, most common way to do it, cheapest way to do it, built up scaffolding. We'll call it built up scaffolding BUS. We're essentially going to build scaffolding from the earth. Pretty easy concept. This is a parking lot, a neighbor's yard, site concrete, I don't know, but we're going to build up from there next to the building, and we're going to access the building from built up scaffolding. Pretty simple. Well, what if we have a building here? What if we have a house, an old building? We can't do this. All right, well, option 2, drop or dropped scaffolding. We connect to our roof with steel, and then we drop down with some cables to this bucket. It's actually not bucket one person, it's usually longer for 2 or 3 people even, and it goes down and accesses the brick that way. So if you've never noticed this before, and you start walking around and looking up and you see this, you go, that's a drop scaffolding. There's probably a reason why. It may be because it's a high rise, and building up 45 stories is not really ideal. Yeah. It could also be that there's property or something here where we don't have the option of building up. Drop scaffolding. Same work, same material, same net effect, accomplished very differently. Number 3, crane. Sometimes you'll see it called lull, which is actually a product name. You bring something to your site, you put someone in a bucket, and you get them up near the building. Quick, easy, cheap. But you don't really get access to all areas of the building very easily, so it's not very practical. Sure, if you want to do the front of your building, maybe. But getting to all areas of your building, probably not practical. If you want to see what a bucket truck looks like, anytime you're doing overhead work for electric companies, that is what a bucket truck looks like. It's a bucket attached to a truck. Now I say crane, if this actually were a crane, one kind of little aside, anytime you see a crane working, doing a new install or something like dropping a new cooling tower, etc., the crane is actually not actually resting on the rubber tires. Rubber is a horrible material to bear on. It's wonderful to drive on, which is why you have rubber tires on the crane. But when the crane's actually working, it sends out these legs, or outriggers, and bears on plates, and actually lifts the tires up. The reason is, those plates can be a lot more of an advantage as far as structurally than your rubber. And the second thing it does is it spreads out those legs for a tipping effect. In fact, one of those plates, if you have 4, can load or handle 125% of the loaded crane. So if you have a crane that's going to lift something and all in is 100,000 pounds, that can lift 125,000 pounds and not crush into the sidewalk. So if that crane were to tilt just momentarily, it's not going to crush and be catastrophic. So if you see a crane with the tires up in the air, even if it's just a few inches, it's active. But that's number 3, a crane or lull or something mobile to get access to our facade. Okay, how about this one here, our 4th option, built-up scaffolding 2. It's the same concept, built-up scaffolding, built up, but we're doing it on our neighbor's roof. That's our neighbor's roof. Now, as you can imagine, we're gonna have to have a nice friendly agreement with this neighbor. We're gonna protect your roof, we're gonna put up netting. Oh, and by the end of the project, we're gonna give you a new roof. There's an agreement that has to work on here. We get the advantage if we're doing a project of getting access to our facade. They get the advantage of getting a new roof. So there's an agreement that has to work out. Built-up scaffolding 2 on a roof of a neighbor. Built-up scaffolding 3, same concept. Now this you're not going to do with existing buildings, but you will see it with new construction. You're going to do what you call needle beams. A needle beam, if this was a building that were being built, is actually a steel beam that comes out from our own building. We support on it like a diving board, it's cantilevered, and then we build up from there. So same concept, built up scaffolding over our neighbor, but we're not bearing on our neighbor, we're literally building over. You still need an agreement, you still need to play nice, you still need to give temporary roof protection, but we're not actually sitting on the roof. Our own building is supporting us. Usually, the physics rule of thumb is you have 1/3 of this and 2/3 of this. So if this goes out 10 feet, this comes in 20 feet. And then you strap it down so it resists the moment or the turn. Built up scaffolding with needle beams and a platform. The last one, which I didn't picture, is one that sometimes when all else fails we do for new construction. It's called hand over hand. And what you do is you literally build 2 rows of block, you will reach over and do your brick, another 2 rows, reach over, so you're building it from the inside. It takes a long time because you're going very slowly and you're doing it from inside the building. So it's really not the way we want to do it from a speed standpoint, but it is one way to do it. Because facade projects, for the most part, you do from the outside. A window replacement, you can do from the inside. But if you're getting the lintels, sills, facade, cornice, etc., you got to do that from the outside. So this is just the ways that you get access to the brick or facade. So the next project you have, or when you see this happening, say, hey, how are you going to be doing that facade project? And when they tell you one of these answers, you say, I understand a little bit about the pros and cons. So that's it. Thanks for watching.